Hey, fellow Riblets, it's me, Tom from Target Prime Rib. I see Granny Boo is in the chats. How you doing today? I'm still waiting for my guest. I'm sure he'll show up soon. I actually went on a little early, so I hope everybody's having a good time. Um, just to show you who my guest is going to be. This is sort of a clue. I'm going to add her to the scene. This is This is the person.
So she's here, and she's here
All
to
right.
tell her story, which is pretty exciting. I do think I saw you one time on Bob Carnivore Talk. I think it was.
Yeah.
Um, just walking
All
your
right.
way
So,
through life on your treadmill.
so that is Kat Herman. All right. And I'm gonna actually be interviewing her husband today, Bryce Herman. So we're gonna hear some interesting facts. I'm guessing he's gonna say a little bit about um, what it is like to basically. I hate these things because they trigger without me even telling them to. Like do what I say. Um, So once he's available, he'll come on and we'll talk a little bit about we'll talk with Bryce and hear some of his story. Okay? If I don't think he's carnivore and I don't think he's a YouTuber. So if he is carnivore, we'll hear the story and go from there. All right. LOL. It was me, no sound. Sorry, Thomas. What was you? And here without further ado, hello Bryce.
What's going on, Thomas?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I already started the show. I started a little bit early. I just showed a little clip of the interview I did with Kat.
Okay.
So, because I figured, because you even said that you don't really do the social media and stuff like that. So I figured a lot of them need to have some way of knowing who I'm talking to. You know.
No worries.
So it's nice meeting you. This is the first time we're both kind of meeting.
Yep.
So Kat recommended to have, for you to come on, and we emailed each other. So are you carnivore
Yeah.
or
For the most part, yeah.
okay? All right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to call it, ever so often I'll have a little bit of sweet potato chips, and that's kind of my cheat. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we all have an Achilles heel to
Oh,
something
yeah.
here and there. So, what like was it Kat that got you into carnivore, or did you get her into carnivore,
No,
or two different
yeah.
stories altogether?
Really, I mean, it's been Cat's journey, trying to clean with PKD and everything,
Mhm.
trying to clean up where the stuff she intakes doesn't fuel the cysts. So she's kind of been the driver. I've done, I'm gonna say, kind of dirty keto when she was clean keto, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go good, and then first of the year I was gonna start, and then she was like, well, I'm going carnivore. I was like, well, I guess I'm going carnivore with you. So,
Julia just asked where Kat was. So.
oh, she's out. She's actually, so we're putting up pipe fence right now on our property. So she's out there. She goes, well, you're going to be so long. I'm going to go out there and paint the. She already primed
So
the
she
fall.
was more than welcome to be on here with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that really didn't matter to me.
So
Alright. So, tell us a little bit about tell us a little bit about yourself. Did you have health problems or anything like that, or was it more for weight loss? Like,
uh, probably neither. I did it more just overall. I'm going to say internal health. The focus on that. I mean, and two, being trying to be a supportive husband, uh, and not be sitting over there eating and doing other stuff
that's
where Kat's kind of by herself and is like in it too. I could tell a difference whenever I started eating a little cleaner, and it's crazy. Like for me, the carbs, what it would just, I mean. it'd crash you. Like whenever started doing the clean keto, and then I do like a dirty day, and I just felt like crap. And it's
Right.
like, and then
Right.
when we did the amazing thing when we went carnivore, like arthritis in the hands, stiffness, all that. I mean, I'd say within 30 days of being clean carnivore, that went away. Um, and it's crazy how much inflammation, different types of foods. Um, I'm sorry, I just reading one of the comments.
Yeah. No. Which one were you reading?
Oh, the one saying, Bryce, you and Kat should
Yeah, that's
consider.
one I just put up on the screen.
So, but no, I would say a lot of it was her health, and then also too setting a good example for the kids.
Yeah,
That's
that's always important.
yeah.
Um, so I'm just trying to think of different questions to ask us. So if anybody has any questions for Bryce, I'm sure he can answer, unless it's about something he doesn't know. But none of us could really answer a question we don't know. It's like
Uh, no,
impossible.
I mean, kind of talk about myself is just, I mean, I've
Little out of your wheelhouse.
a
A
little out of
little
my
out of your wheelhouse, so to speak.
right.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, so I played sports all growing up. Played college football. Had options to go play either Division One soccer or have an opportunity to go into the NFL as a kicker.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, and so I went played junior college and then walked on at OSU in Stillwater. And then it's like, get my engineering degree and go make money or have a pipe dream that probably won't work
May or
out.
may not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So,
hear you. So I guess you took the engineering
oh
job.
yeah, picked engineering. Haven't looked back. It's been very good.
Yeah. Oh God. So I'm assuming that you saw the video that Amy Davis made for of Cat, the black and blue lady, black
That
and
was,
blue.
yeah,
Right.
that was awesome.
Did you like, I actually have it. I'll show it a little bit if you want, and so other people can see it. I'm sure everybody on here's seen it though. But kind of give refuge to both, to her as well, because if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't be here right now. So, um, you know, but we'll show it later on. I have it set up already to show it. So, but I'm trying to think of now. Just to let you know, my riblets don't always ask the good questions until they like get revved up.
No, you're
So,
good.
um,
So, kind of, Coach Juliet. Yeah. So our kids are pretty. I'd say they're dirty keto. We still, our 10-year-old daughter. She's been phenomenal. She, for 10-year-old. I mean, well, probably since she's about 8. Really had her watch what added sugar, and she monitors it. She'll look at things that she's getting ready to potentially eat, and if it has too much in it, she won't eat it. And so she's 10 years old now, and I'm going to say, very well disciplined in that. Um, then our son, I mean, he eats like a bird sometimes. So, but he just eats meat, cheese, not much. He eats a little bit of eggs, not a lot. So
and how old is he again?
he is 4.
Okay, so he's at that age then where he's kind of nitpicking, basically.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like I know my nephew when he was about 4, he would just like run in, grab something, take a couple bites, run out. An hour
oh,
later, come back and get it like it was all cold and everything like that. And he's like, "Oh, this is fine," and he just keeps on running around, you
oh
know.
yeah.
So
No, then she asked what type of engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer by degree. I but the company I work for, I actually the get the opportunity to lead one of our plants, the whole engineering group. So it's a lot of fun, a lot of
so
challenges. messages.
Yeah, Juliet's asking all the questions here, so come on, people. Don't put it all on her. Okay.
Uh,
So would you want to be on Amy's wheel and become your own Avenger?
oh,
And if you did, what Avenger would you want to be?
I don't know that one. Don't know.
What's your
That's
favorite? What's your
I'll
favorite
table that
meal?
one. Do what?
What's your favorite meal?
Uh, Favorite meal?
Yeah,
Oh,
because it seems like everybody does it like based on what they like the most. So I'm guessing Cat likes black and blue steak, just
yeah.
like I do. And I'm guessing Aaron loves her butter and so on and so on. I
Yeah,
like prime rib, so of course, and my name of my channel is Prime Rib, so
that's a good choice.
so Captain Prime Rib kind of said made sense.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I love me a good fillet.
so you could call you the
I
I don't know,
don't know, but
fantastic fillet.
very good. So I'm surprised.
I,
Did Juliet? Did you ask? Did she ask Kat that? How did you meet Kat?
I don't remember. I mean, I don't know if Kat was ever on her channel. I forget. I think she was. So she probably asked her then, but I guess she wants to hear your side of the story.
Oh well, yeah. It's pretty much the same. We've it's pretty laid out. No, so I had an exploratory surgery probably is in '08, where what ended up being was my appendix was inflamed. So I wish I'd have known some of the stuff I know now. Probably what I was eating and stuff caused that. Um, so in turn, whenever they did that exploratory surgery, they split me open and had all my stomach muscles laid out, and they took the appendix out and sewed me back up, and that was a rough. Not having a core, that sucked. So through recovery, I started to run, and I'd run about 2 to 4 miles. I'd run up to our high school and run back home. And so one day was running up to school, and a cat saw me running without my shirt on, and so yeah, that's how she sent me a Facebook request, and I was like, "Oh, she's cute. I'll send her a message back," and that's how it started. So that's in August, and then by Thanksgiving we were engaged.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? That does sound that sort of vaguely sounds familiar. So I'm sure that was what Kat told us too
Yeah.
when she was here
So
last. So George is asking, Bryce, do you have trouble remembering your anniversary?
no, it's easy. It's 10, 10, 10.
Oh God. That's like my nephew. He was actually born March 4th, 2007.
Nice.
So, everybody looks at me when I say that and they're like, well, how do you remember with that? I said, March 3 plus 4 equals 7.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. Our true, like, we did I'm gonna call it we went and did a destination wedding, but our wedding license, I think it's like September 27th or 28th.
Okay.
But we are both like, hey, let's do it on a day. We were lucked out as 2010. I was like, hey, let's do 10, 10, 10, and it worked out. So
Okay, so I got two questions to ask.
yep.
One, how long was it before you became carnivore or carnivore-ish, whatever you want to call it? That Cat was carnivore before that. Like,
We
how long was it before you actually said, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to join you in on this." Was it right away? Was
yeah,
it about a month? Was it about a week? 2 weeks?
no. As soon as she said that she's going to do it, I planned on doing it with her, but I thought she
Okay.
was going to give me a little bit of time to
Okay.
go clean keto, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm start the first of the year." I said, "Okay, let's go for it. Rip the
That's
band-aid."
that's so cool. I mean, not every spouse would actually um do that. Like I have a roommate that I Cat knows and everything like that, but he's really really sick, and he just doesn't believe in what we're doing, and which he's getting sicker and sicker, because of it. But I can't make him starve, and he has no idea how to cook. His Parkinson's just doesn't allow him to do the pans and stuff. So I try to cook for him. It's either that or he eats TV dinners, but he still eats the junk. He'll, like, bring it, like, he'll get candies and stuff like that and still eats the junk, and he does it right in front of me, like he could care less, you know? So
Yeah.
not everybody is as supportive as you are, you know, and I'm sure Kat knows that, you
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and the second question was gonna be if there was, like, a month between or something like that, how was Kat like, what was Kat like to live with when you were eating the sugar,
Oh,
the
no.
whatever food you were eating, and she was eating, like, strict carnivore?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
It's like, "God, can you have some vegetables?" Like, something.
Yeah. It's funny. It's like I'd say the first 6 months is like, man, I'd love to have some bread. I
Yeah.
just have an old fashioned hamburger that, bun, onion, lettuce, tomato. Um, but no, it's
Yeah, I
you
think
learn.
I did it the smart way in that particular respect. I think, because what I did was I took off, like, I've only been carnivore since January 1st will be my carniversary, but I don't count myself full carnivore until I joined the community, which I've told many people that. But I was on and off for many, many years. And the first thing I got rid of when I decided to go low carb and stuff was the bread.
Yeah,
So I think I got myself so used to not having bread that it was like,
didn't matter. No, it's crazy. There's some good recipes out there. We made one. I mean, it takes like a dozen eggs to make it, but it's a carnivore bread with using pork grinds ground up
okay.
and eggs, and oh, it's. I said for me,
Yeah, I
it's a
haven't done that kind of
good
stuff yet,
bread.
but I plan on eventually. But,
Yeah,
I always make the joke with the chaffles. I say, "Well, if you don't have a waffle maker, just make pancakes," you know?
pancakes.
Yeah, instead of waffle chaffle.
Like,
So,
but
um, do you guys make chaffles a lot or no?
we haven't made any in a while.
But you
There
have
at
made
the
them.
beginning we did make them.
Mm. It's
So
it's weird how you don't have to, you know, you don't really have to go into the carbs and sugars to make some of this stuff that we do like.
oh
It might take some adjustment, but you don't like. I know, like, Bella does, like, and so do other people, but the one I've seen is the one that Bella made with the carnivore cheesecake. Which
yeah,
I would like to try because supposedly even the crust is carnivore. So that's kind of interesting.
that's cool. So they use what do they use for the crust? Do you know? I bet I wonder if it's pork rinds or
I'm going to think pork rinds, but
yeah.
knowing her, I don't know. Bella can do some really interesting things. It's like a magic person, like, you know. So, and to be honest with you, I have to rewatch the video. I just know that she made. I used to love cheesecake.
Yeah.
Um, like, there's this cheesecake place in New York. It's really famous, but I just can't think of the name of it right now. It's like Duffy's or something like that, or and they make, like, gourmet cheesecakes. They were on Zagat's and all that stuff, and so when I was a kid, I always either for my birthday I get a cheesecake or I get ice cream cake. So,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, ice cream cakes, the stuff they used to have in it, it's probably a little problematic. So I figure the least thing I can do for my next birthday is maybe make the cheesecake and then make some of Kiltz's ice cream and have both, and just do that.
Yeah. 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 You learn real quick whenever you're clean carnivore and you
Yeah.
step outside the boundary and you pay for it for the next couple days. It's like, yeah, that wasn't worth it.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I made like this. and I wasn't looking at any channels or anything like that. I just was like, oh, I'll just, this should be easy enough. And I already know what I did wrong, but I made some mozzarella sticks, but carnivore mozzarella sticks. So I took like whole milk mozzarella, I sliced it up, and I took the block because the sticks they come part skim, they don't come whole milk. So I actually got whole milk, like a big block of it, and I chopped it up, and then I took pork rinds, and I took like almost like a madman, like you put them in a plastic bag, and just break them up because I'm saving some money, but and then some egg wash and everything like that. But it just didn't stick very well. It just didn't. It was like too clunky. So, but it was good. It was good. Yeah. But that was
Yeah,
like my first. Like I actually have a video out earlier in this channel that shows it. So
yeah. You get to a point where it's like you can go be clean carnivore, but having the dairy kind of really opens up the playing
yeah,
field
yeah,
to have
yeah.
different things.
Unfortunately, that's my Achilles heel. So
Yeah.
yeah, right now, I'm staying at my sister's house and taking care of the dog, and they have a coffee maker, but it's like one of those really expensive ones. And even though I know how to use it, I'm just kind of feigning ignorance because it was suggested to me by a few people, but the last suggestion came from Adam Lacey. I don't know if you know who he is, from Homestead How. He does like Healing Humanity with Carrie Mann. So he said about like not doing trying to get off of caffeine because of the cortisol and everything like that to help lower my sugars. So far I'm day 3 with no coffee.
Woo.
So yeah,
Man,
it's just
props there.
pretty long. Because where I live, it's kind of hard because I live above a chocolate shop.
Yeah,
And they were very good to me before I had my issues. And I don't know if you know too much about my story, but before I had my issues and everything, um, I basically I want to thank them. Like I give them some business. So the only thing I can get there is coffee, or sometimes I might get an Oreo cookie or a nonpareil whenever like my sugars are really really low, like under 50. So like I'm downstairs anyway. I'd rather do that than go up the stairs.
yeah,
And but that's the only time really. But so if I'm still there, then I'm like, okay, I kind of have to get coffee because how do I give them business? But here, I'm not at my house. I'm too far away. So might as well just try to go without the coffee now.
yeah,
So, but it's kind of a complicated machine anyway. Like I can do it, but it's just a lot of processing, a lot of, so it's like, okay, you know, like I'll just be lazy and not do it. Not use it.
yeah. We used to make a whole craft, and now we're down to I have a French press, and so it just makes 2 cups, and it's like
Oh, okay. I used to love the French fry. I used to have one.
it has a
Not sure what happened to it.
Walmart special, and I just got it for a men's retreat with our church, and I was like, oh, I want to make my own coffee, not drink the nasty Folgers.
Yeah, I
And
actually got mine from the flea market, so it could have been a Walmart special for that guy that bought it. Got it and sold it at the flea market.
yeah,
But it was a good one. It's just because I mean the good thing about the French press is there's not really that much to it that you know unless the glass breaks or something like that. There's really no mechanics to it or anything.
it's gonna
Like,
last.
it's just the press. That's all you have to say.
Yeah,
Like I actually have the Krups, coffee with the coffee kegs,
yeah,
and this is my second one. And the first one like I did exactly the instructions that what it told me to do to clean it, and all of a sudden it's like not working anymore, and it's just like, oh god, okay. So I threw it away because I'm not going to spend time and space. Keeping it in all the appliance, it's not going to work. You know.
Yeah.
And then later on, I got a new one. But it's mostly for him because he drinks coffee he's like, I don't understand why my sugars are so high. Well, how much sugar do you put in your sugar? How many sugars do you put in your coffee? Oh, I put like 2 or 3. Oh, how much milk? Oh, about this much. Okay. And he
That's not
uses liquid sugar, obviously, you know? And I'm like, okay, and how many cups a day do you have? Oh, I don't know, about 3 or 4. It's like,
yeah.
and he's not telling the truth because.
Yeah. Yeah, we've definitely pretty much all
Yeah.
I do is do a coffee in the morning just to do the bulletproof, get my iodine and MCT oil, and of course the butter, blend it up, and that's my one coffee that morning, and good to go. But
So Juliet is saying that she started to drink black coffee to get off the heavy cream. I figured no heavy cream would help me give up coffee. But no, drinking it black is perfectly fine.
yeah,
Yeah. I
that,
drink my coffee black. I drink it black or heavy cream or butter. I like it with butter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. Have you had Danger's coffee?
Dangers?
Yeah,
I never even heard of it, so I would have to say no to
it's clean. Very yeah. It's expensive, so you kind of try to get it on whenever they have a big sale. Typically Black Friday, we're gonna stock up for the year with it.
Okay.
But yeah, if you look up Danger Coffee, I can't remember who it is.
It would be easy to remember, so
Yeah,
danger.
let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, I sometimes I'll put half and half in it, but there's only one reason why I do that. If I get coffee at work, and I make the coffee, so you would think that I would know, it's just whatever coffee they use is not that great. So, and they don't have heavy cream there, so you kind of need something.
Yeah, yeah,
But actually, the one downstairs, actually, that's pretty good black. So a lot of times I'll just do that black, or I'll go upstairs with it and put butter in it.
yeah. It's kind of it's fun going. So I travel a decent amount for business, and probably the hardest part is going to Germany, not having any beer. Um, and but
Yeah.
luckily, when going over to Europe, usually the coffees are really good over there.
Oh
Compared,
yeah. Oh yeah.
like I was at a Holiday Inn Express up in Michigan for some training, and oh, that coffee! I had even putting butter in it, still had a nasty wang to it. But yeah, it was Dave Asprey's coffee. So that's all.
And Aaron Booby Goats. I don't know if you ever heard of Aaron, but
Mm-mm.
um, I'd quit coffee, but I also like coffee. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I know Lewis, one of the oh, and Juliet's reminding me. Thank you, Juliet. And yeah, I was using heavy cream during that time. That she actually sent me organic heavy cream. So thank you, Juliet. Um, that was a nice surprise when I got that.
Cool.
Um,
What's been your journey? I know Kat's told me a little bit that you've had some health struggles.
okay. Well, I'll give you the abridged version. You know.
They've probably all heard it. So yeah.
Well, no, not Um, so I'm diabetic. Okay, and I had neuropathy, and I also but to make a long story short, I basically had 2 things happen to me. I lost a portion of my heel bone, and I also lost my 5 toes on my right foot. So, and then about 2, 3 years ago, I had to deal with the hospital. Had like go 3 times, and on the third time, they finally checked out what needed to be checked out. and everything. And I was pretty much like, the pain was so bad that I was actually pretty much paralyzed for like 3, 4 months in the hospital. Couldn't move at all. Like what I'm doing right now, sitting in the chair, couldn't do it. Um, so, carnivore sort of helped. Like I said, I was going on and off, but when you're in rehab, they don't like it. Their idea of a diabetic diet is nothing what it should be. And like a lot of times they would actually like give me a menu of like pancakes, French toast, cereal, if I asked for bacon and eggs, well, no, you're not supposed to have that. It's too much fat, too much cholesterol. Okay. You know. Um, I mean, I guess I could tell you really quickly the story. So I went to the doctor the first time. This is the story of the wheelchair, of me being paralyzed. So I was just getting out of rehab of getting my toes chopped off. So my foot was still bandaged up and everything like that. And I went to the hospital the first time and I told them how much pain I was in, and I was in the wheelchair and everything. And they pretty much gave me an IV and told me basically that, at the end of it, I told them I still felt pain, you know. Well, the nurse goes to me, she goes, "Well, we already filled out your discharge papers, so we can't look into anything. You have to come back tomorrow." So I'm like, okay. So I go home about a couple days later, 2 or 3 days later. I go back there. This time I'm thinking maybe it's because I haven't gone to the bathroom because it's been 4 days. I don't think it was that, but I'm like, maybe there's a possibility. So I figured I'd tell them that. So this time I'm there for about 16 hours. They actually unwrap my foot because they don't want to look at the foot. I don't know why. It's like the foot's fine. you know?
Yeah.
um, Ended up, this one was the worst day. I actually thought I had to go to the bathroom, so I had to wrap my own foot back up again because they didn't weren't coming around to wrap my foot up. Had to wrap with the old bandage because they just like undid it and took it off and threw it on the bed. So I had to wrap it up again. I found a broken wheelchair. I emphasize broken, okay, and got myself into the wheelchair, wheeled myself into the bathroom, and ended up nothing happened. I didn't have to go, but which is kind of disappointing in a way with all that work I had to do. And so I sat in the wheelchair, right? I'm already there for 16 hours. About an hour later, the security guard goes up to me, wheels me out of the hospital, and says, "You can go home now." No discharge papers or anything. Nothing. Now, meanwhile, they were actually housing homeless people over the night so they could get a place to sleep for the night, which is really good. But I think they were like kind of like squishing me into the homeless people for some reason. So maybe it was because I was in the broken wheelchair and they didn't realize it was their wheelchair.
Yeah.
Um, and then the third time, then I made a complaint. The third time, they actually did an MRI. They did a CAT scan, all that. In the MRI, they found out that, and I'm very bad with MRIs. Like I'm very fidgety. I don't know how you are, but like
Yeah.
I'm always getting yelled at. Stand still, stand still, stand still. And I'm like, I thought I was. And so I got the MRI, and by this time I can't move at all. All right, they'd bring me in on a stretcher, all that fun stuff, and found out that I had an infection, MRSA infection, right inside my spine. So it was causing the paralysis. And also, there was other things that happened too. I had a toxic roommate at the time. When I say toxic, she was like a really bad alcoholic, and she was causing more trouble than she was worth, so to speak. So going through all this stuff, and believe it or not, I went into the hospital on the 20th of September, which is my birthday. So of all, what a great way to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah.
And um, and my toe amputation when I had the big toe taken, that was actually around my birthday too. So Like I had such a good birthdays. So that's why this year I did like a birthday party online because it was like the first year that I actually was celebrating, or at least I felt like it,
Yeah.
with actually getting healthy and better. And that's that part, and then also, like I said, I had the amputations. I still have issues. Right now, I am suffering from a bad backache, but I don't really wanna go to the hospital or anything because I'm just so afraid they're just gonna, like, not do anything, not look at anything,
Right.
and 2, right now I'm taking care of my sister's dog, and if I end up having to stay in the hospital, there's no one to take care of the dog, so, I'll wait until my sister gets home, and if I still feel I wanna go, then I'll go at the hospital closer to my house. Just would make more sense. Um, you know, that's at least how I look at it. But, yeah. So, yeah, I've told the story so many times that
Yeah.
it's like but,
It's kind of one of those
yeah, my
pre-rush.
story is a little bit more wild. Oh, not your story is really good, but, like, mine is obviously more diabetic, you know?
Yeah, it's something you don't want to mess with.
No. No, and the thing is that's sort of what makes me mad with the system, because you think about it, most of those doctors, they know that carbs ruin, and they still recommend the carbs. They know carbs are no good for us, but
Yeah.
yet they recommend it.
They're just
And
yes man to the medical industry, which ends up being big pharma controlling
yeah, and it's so sad. And thank you, Juliet. She said she finds my stories interesting. So
them.
so I don't know if that gave you some enlightenment about me or not.
No, it's good. Yeah, we've had. I know my uncle. He was diabetic, and he did not stay in the lines, and he would, and he ended up. It just killed him pretty much.
Yeah.
He'd have too many swings, and then have to go to the hospital, and
That was me, but
yeah,
luckily I kind of figured out how to reverse it. I still have the diabetes, and I'm doing a lot of, like, working with people to get my insulin, because it's not necessarily about the sugars, it's about the insulin resistance. And, so I have a feeling that my sugars are gonna go up from my last baseline, but I actually did get it from 8.9 to 6.2 on my baseline, and, baseline being the A1C, where it's at right now. And the only reason I have feeling it's gonna go higher is because I've been having higher sugars because we're trying to get me off the insulin. So, like, I'm kinda being told, like, "Well, don't take it unless you're over a certain amount." The amount's, like, a lot higher than I'm used to.
yeah,
So, obviously, if I'm gonna be stuck at those heights, it's gonna bring the blood sugars up for now. But
yeah.
I'm taking a lot less insulin. So,
Yeah. It's
I mean,
fun.
but they're not, like, reaching, like, 4 or 500. The highest they've gone so far is, like, 270. So, which worries me, but at the same time, I'm just doing what's been suggested.
Try to get the healing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's funny. My A1C, it was like 6.0, and they're like, "You're pre-diabetic." I'm like,
yeah,
I mean, I'm
unfortunately.
very, yeah, I know. It's like I'm very active, and I do. I mean, I work on cars. Of course, on our place, we're constantly cutting down trees, splitting trees, clearing land. Um, but work out pretty much twice a day, and but yeah, it's like so. Really, what I learned was, you can do all that, and you can look physically fit, but if you're not intaking uh, nutritional food, um, I mean, your numbers are not going to be good, even though outside appearance you look fine. So, and through that, yeah. So I think I'm down to 5.8 now. But I tested just the 90-day window. Um, just shortly after being the going carnivore. So that 90 day window. So we'll see. I need to do, but my work, we do PHAs once a year. And so they do the blood work. So typically I always do that during that time. But
So Juliet is asking me if I feel differently when I get the big sugars. If my BG gets high. I I Yeah, no, I feel it more when they're really, really low than I do when they're really, really high, to be honest with you. Because I probably got used to that feeling when they're high. So it's like sort of like this is the way life is, you know. Um, but I do think that I feel the pain. Like I've been having really bad back pain going down my in my leg and everything lately, like the hip and everything. And somebody actually suggested that I take magnesium, so I got some magnesium, but it's not really helping. So I don't know if I just haven't taken it long enough or whatnot.
yeah,
But okay. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry, I have like brain freeze every once in a while. I guess that's something carnivore hasn't helped me yet with. Uh, yeah. So I just basically, yeah, I don't really feel it when I have high sugars that much, but I do with the. I think the pain is a little bit more intense. Like I think it's a little bit more tolerable when my sugars are lower. Believe it or not. So Erin is saying that she's saying Fasha, I'm his original 19th subscriber. So are you talking about me? How do you know what number you were?
definitely not me. But yeah, yeah, we were pretty bad. I'd say the previous year we would do like a bowl of ice cream, popcorn. It's amazing what popcorn does to you after you've been clean. Uh, just a couple of kernels that will freaking it's like poison. Uh, but it's always fun. I'll test and see how my body reacts.
So do you know what your A1C is now? I mean, you say it was 6.0, but
It was last time. This was months ago. It was 5.8.
okay.
So
So you're still
hopefully,
I
huh?
mean, I reluctantly say prediabetes, but not because I reluctantly say it because I kind of think that diabetes is diabetes.
Yeah,
And, like there's really no pre and there's no, it's just a marker that they did, you know, in the I guess just to make you feel a little bit better or something. I don't know. But which doesn't help.
yeah. You kind of question their numbers, anyways. You
Yeah,
know, as they keep dropping cholesterol down, it's like, oh, we got this magic pill called statin.
I know.
Oh, you can take this.
I know.
Like,
Well, I always make the joke that, if you're a religious person, I know it's not that word, but I always make the joke that if you take the T away from statin, then it's like Satan.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a poison pill.
Yeah. It's like
You know,
that should make you think. Look who it's being
yeah,
named after.
yeah. Oh, there's a lot of that stuff that if we open up our eyes, we see the truth.
Yeah, it's
So, I mean, it's just like Ozempic, what it does to people. Um, yeah, a lot of people lose weight on it, but it's doing
it,
bad
it and
effects.
I personally, and this is just my opinion, you know, and that's all these things are. But I was on Manjaro for a little bit. Somebody actually recommended it, and I tried. I went on it, but it didn't work for me. I have one of the other issues I had gastroparesis, and I got it under control. Like bring it like I no longer I used to have to take omeprazole for it. I took it for like 6 years, and finally I got myself off it with carnivore and, like just weaned and then went to apple cider vinegar and then went to nothing. and I was fine. And then also I take the Manjaro, and it was causing issues again. I was getting the same issues I had when I had, you know. So obviously, when I looked it up, for any GLP-1s, stomach issues are the first thing that can be affected. So, like it's in Google, like it's like diarrhea, nausea, whatever, and pretty much gastroparesis, So I had to go off it. Now, when I went on it, though, I just went on it to help my diabetes. I didn't go on it to lose weight. I'm still have weight to lose, but I didn't go on it to lose weight. And I'm kind of a firm believer that if you haven't tried everything, then you shouldn't be trying something like that. Like try everything first that you can do. And, and I know it's hard, especially when you're a really big person, everything like that. I used to be 300, almost 380 pounds. So I was never as big as some of these other people, but I was a big guy.
Yeah.
And, lucky for me, I was able to figure out ways to getting my weight down and stuff like that without having to inject or without having to do anything. But not everybody's as lucky as I am in that respect. And, I just don't really believe that you should really be trying to lose. Like, I don't think carnivore should be a weight loss why. I think carnivore should be, I think a weight loss is a good why, but it should not be the only why. It should not be like the holy grail, you
Yeah.
know?
No, I would say that was the big thing whenever I went carnivore was I had to increase my intake of meat, and I actually had to start eating breakfast again because I was a pretty avid intermittent fasting. I fast through breakfast, um, and then just eat lunch, dinner, of course, snacks at night. But yeah, so whenever I went clean carnivore, I did not snack at night. Uh, I wasn't eating breakfast. I was just doing lunch and dinner, and I was just staying my normal, just clean, eggs and meat. And I was just dropped. So I started out at 186, and I hit kind of my goal was around 175, and then I kept going, and I was like 166, and it was just like, so I was at that point. I'm like, okay, I need to intake more food, and I was able to get back up to, and I stay around 175, 177, but
Okay. So I said I was going to share the
oh yeah,
short that was made for Kat.
she did a great job on that.
She did a really good job on that. I agree wholeheartedly on that one. Um, so I'm going to put it up on the screen, and then I'm going to play it.
Struck down, I rise anew. Electricity and thunder roll through. Feel the charge, it pulls you under. I am the storm, I am the thunder. Lady black and blue, struck down, I rise anew. With lightning crashing on, I will take you under. I am the storm, I am the thunder. It's my time, it's my hour, it's my rage, it's my power, lady, black and blue.
No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, Amy did. What did Kat think when she saw that for the first time?
no, she liked it. Kids
Oh, I'm
loved
sure. Yeah, no, Amy does. Amy does a pretty. Neither one of them are here right now, but Amy does a pretty good job. Yeah, it keeps on popping up. I don't know why. The computer has a mind of its own.
it. So, what are some of your milestones as far as what you're trying to get towards?
Well, I mean, the journey's still going on. It's, um, I think my milestones, because I always had a hard time. I was sort of, I guess, a little bit like you. I had a hard time, like, really talking to people, like, so this channel, like my channel, being on YouTube actually helps out with that. These lives. So I think that was a that's a milestone in itself. Um, and just my biggest milestone is, a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I was in the wheelchair. I was hardly able to move, either using a walker, a knee walker, whatever. Had a bandage on had my foot, like, in a cast for, like, 2 years, if you actually saw what my toes looked like, you would understand what I'm talking about. And, now, I don't do it every day, okay, because sometimes my back just hurts too much, like right now. And that's just something I have to deal with. Obviously something's going on. Maybe it's a cold in the back or something like that. But the other day I did 10,000 steps, which was a lot for me. And sometimes I'll walk around the track with a 50-pound weight vest on my back, you know. So that to me is a big achievement, to be able to, start being able to walk, even through the pain, just be able to walk and do,
Yeah,
you know. And also, getting my blood sugar from my A1C from 8.9 starting carnivore to, now it was much higher than that at one time, but starting carnivore at 8.9, and then now, uh, with almost a year, not even a year yet, getting to 6.2. So, and like I said, it's probably going to go up because of the experimentation. But the thing is okay, even if it went to like 6.7, God forbid, but say it went to 6.7, it went there because I'm taking away the insulin. So I'm no longer doing, so if I can get back that, if I can start going down naturally, then that's and go back to 6.2 the next round, or 6.0 or whatever, that's an even bigger achievement than getting it to 6.2 with help. If
correct.
I can do it without the help, that's even bigger.
Get your body body regulating properly.
Exactly. Yeah, become more insulin sensitive, basically. But yeah, so I don't have that many things to count on my, you know, at least not in my opinion, but most people seem to be pretty taken back by what has happened. So,
It's quite a journey.
hmm?
I said quite a journey.
Yeah, it is. And it's still going. It's still
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
I still have a lot of weight to lose. I still have, um, and that weight, again, weight's not really my main priority, you know,
No,
but
it's just a number.
but it's still nice that I do lose, when I went from a 44-inch waist to a 40-inch waist, and I went from a 2X shirt to an XL shirt. So,
Nice.
but
That's
according to scale, I've lost maybe 5 pounds.
hey. Yeah, but the thing is too, you got to think. I mean, it could be losing fat, but you could be gaining muscle.
Well, that's what it probably is.
Yeah,
But it's just funny how if you were like if I went on the scale at the hospital though, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you know," and not even recognize, like, "Wait, last time we saw you,"
yeah.
you know. Like, it's funny how people just don't recognize things until later on, but that's their blindness. I kind of think that we all had we all had blinders on for many, many years, decades even. And, like carnivore kind of took the blinders off. And
Yeah.
now I can see a lot more clear. So, I'm sure that's happened to you and Kat too.
Oh yeah.
Like you just think to yourself, like one of the things I kind of thought to myself is I knew that it was a problem having all these sweets, but at the same time, it's like, oh, well, what would one do today? What would one? And you just kind of build up because you just don't realize the addiction that it has on you.
Yeah. No, it is insane. Like, we go to church and it's like the kids program. You didn't even, when we weren't carnivore, you kind of got, let's say, you don't really think about it, but it's like now you go, they have like Pop Tarts, sugary donuts, all these processed bars, and these kids they're like, oh, limit of two, you know. And I'm just sitting there watching these little kids eat this. I mean, yeah, they look like skinny as a rail, but they are. I was like, you're just dumping crap in your system. And then the kids act, ADHD and don't have any focus. And it's just, it's crazy whenever I'm going to say you step away from it and you start to see that.
Yep.
Um,
Sorry about
but
that. I'm just relocating.
no, you're good. It's amazing how seems like it's magnified. Or it's just like you said, the blinders are off and you get to see it now, see how bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, right now there is a lot of temptations here at this house, but I don't know. They're not as appealing to me as they're not as tempting as they were before. But here, let me just turn my camera around
Yeah.
and let you see if I open these cabinets what I'm going to see. so,
Yeah.
so these are the types of foods that my family eats. so I
Yeah.
don't know if you can see them or not. So
Yeah.
you
I
see all
see
the
it.
grains and the
Nuts and
So guess where I'm not going into?
yeah. So
And
you
in
go,
that cabinet, it's actually bread, you know,
yeah.
and everything. So yeah, so I just got my. See, they were supposed to get like leave meat for me, and they left some tuna. Um, but after a few people looked at it, we're like, oh, maybe not, you know, because I wasn't really sure what it was. It just, I mean, I hope my sister doesn't see this because that would be the first time she's seen any of my videos.
Uh,
But at least that's what I mean, she's not saying anything, so I'm just assuming. But
so does
um,
your like, have you talked to your sister about it, or she shut you down, or
she doesn't. Like, she talks a little bit, but it's like more like you you know what the conversation's like. Okay, do you know like well, your kids aren't really teenagers, but like when you talk to somebody and they're like pretty much talking on their phone and they're like answering you, but they're not really listening.
yeah,
That's how the conversations are with my sister. She's like, yeah, very yeah. Well, don't you think you should do this? No, okay. Yeah, so, so there's really no deep, like, which is funny because I mean, she just turned 50, so she's old enough to like have actual conversations, but
no, it's funny how much the phones have become a distraction.
yeah.
Um, Shoot, I remember that whenever I was probably 5 years old when the first bag phone came out, and friend of ours, he was he ran the oh gosh, what do you call it? The cemetery home where doing so he'd get calls and he'd have to run up there and bring a body in, and so that he had to be on call. So that's
Well, I
they
hope
had,
he wasn't getting the calls from the dead bodies. That would be really,
no, no, no.
yeah, that'd be really scary.
So
Mr. Joe just called me from the grave.
so, but no, now it's like you got a freaking handheld computer. Uh, it's insane
Yeah,
how much it's come up in my golly, it'd be probably 36 years. How technology has changed.
yeah, yeah.
So, but
Yeah, I don't know when I forget when the bag phone came out, so I don't know how old I was.
well, from what I remember, so that been probably been like 88,
Okay,
87
so
there.
yeah, so I was I'm trying to do the math. Let's see. So 10, I was like 16.
Okay.
Sorry, I
No, you're good.
I should have just done the math right away.
Baby.
But I'm not using a calculator, so.
There you go. But
So how do you said your kids are kind of like hyper, like keto basically, but how do they like it? Do they do they beg for like the get the junk,
no, I mean,
or are they just so used to doing what they're doing that they're like they don't even think about it?
now Isaac, he's just been doing it since he was a baby, so it's nothing for him.
Hmm.
Um, but Isabella, we we didn't start off good with her, so but she's really mature for her age and uh, has really been willing to listen and take what we've said on uh, the food and stuff. And I think it's I know it's really helped her in her ADHD. You know, where she was very couldn't stay focused. As soon as we cut out all the added sugar and limited that and the amount of sugar she intakes, that greatly improved. So that helps Kat whenever, especially in those fundamental years, whenever she is homeschooling her. So could definitely see a major shift.
That's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, it's amazing how many things that, keto has been like advertised for a long time and carnivore too. And it's just amazing how many people have improved, and but what's even more amazing or more shocking, I guess you could say, is how many people, even though we see this and we see improvements, you know, um,
Yeah, there's a
they're
lot of people
still
that
so
won't.
blind to it. That just really totally. So, yeah, your daughter's pretty smart because she's probably seeing her parents, how good they're doing, and she knows how she's feeling and she's recognizing it, and she knows exactly, So, Coach Juliet, she said her hour break is almost up and she has to go back to her studies. So she said, "Nice to meet you," and tell Kat I said hello. So make sure
Okay.
you tell Kat. And speaking of Kat,
Yeah, she's joined in.
mm, maybe you should ask her. Okay. If Kat, if you'd like to come on, you're more than welcome to come on with Bryce. We can fit 3 people in here, I think.
She can just come in the room, one of the two.
Yeah.
In her,
Oh, that's another way of doing it.
I'm in her office.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, using her computer.
She said that you're doing great.
Yeah, it's been an hour.
Yeah.
So right before this, we're
So is
setting
this your first time being on camera at all, for the most part?
yeah for an interview like this. Yeah,
So how did you like it? Like,
it's been fun.
was I cruel
I
to
do a
you
lot,
or anything like that?
like business wise. I do a lot of team calls, team meetings.
Okay. So you've been on calls, but you
Yeah,
just
yeah, nothing like this. Just a
yeah.
chat.
Well, that's why it's called chewing the fat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It has a double meaning, because prime rib has fat, and we're carnivore, so we chew fat,
Yeah,
and chewing the fat also means to chat, to talk. So, of course, most people I tell them that they just look at me like, "What? No, what?"
there's nothing better than when you bite into a good piece of fat and it just melts in your mouth. But it's funny. It's like you're talking about people that you can tell them like, man, I feel so much better, you know, and they're like, nope, not willing to give up my. And I'm like, well, you're not willing to give up your addiction, your drug.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, that's what sugar is. It's insane.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And the thing is, though, too, is if like, there's so many loop arounds things, like, okay, what do you like to be carnivore? that you would be willing to get rid of some of this other stuff, you know? Like, I'm okay with pork rinds. So what, and replace the potato chips and replace of all that stuff, I just get pork rinds. And at the beginning, I got pork rinds with the flavor, like the red hot and the barbecue. Now eventually I got to just the plain, and I would always have them with sour cream, and I put hot sauce in the sour cream. So like I made like a really good sauce with it,
Yeah.
and I still do that sometimes, but I you just substitute, Now chocolate's a little harder, you have to kind of figure out what you want to do for that, but like that you might have to be a little strict on and be like, okay, I'm definitely, my rules with the chocolate is I'm not bringing it home. So that's one rule. Like if you don't have it at home, then you're not going to be as tempted. And if you're not going out as much, you're not going to be as tempted. And I was kind of lucky because I wasn't going to the grocery store. I was ordering online. So don't order it. Don't bring it to the house. So, you just make rules. But it's not always that easy. Not everybody has it that easy. You have families sometimes it's like, you get that one son or whatever that's like 18 years old. Hey mom, I just bought some ice cream and cookies. Yeah.
It's like, you like living here, don't bring it in the house.
My sister used to do, and I told this story the other day when it was Halloween. But my sister, when we were kids, her favorite thing to do was to take the chocolate bunny that we would get for Easter, and she would break off the ears and eat the ears, and then take the rest of the bunny and put it back in the plastic and put it in the freezer. And she wouldn't eat the rest of the bunny for another year. She wouldn't eat until the next Easter because she had that much control. Like she has control. She was able to do it, look at it, and not care. Okay. Meanwhile, somebody that loves chocolate, somebody that's really addicted, okay, has to look at this earless bunny every time he opened the freezer door. You know? And when you're like 9 years old, that's torture.
You're a better brother than me. I'd have just ate it.
Don't think I wasn't tempted, Like,
Yeah.
don't you eat my ears? Don't you eat my bunny? Like, luckily I can get my own bunny ears or bunny.
Yeah.
But it's like, how psycho is that? Like even at 7 years old, she was like psychedelic.
Uh,
Okay, so trying to see if there's anything in the chats being asked. So, Kat, do you have any questions to ask Bryce? Probably not because you probably know everything. So I thought it'd be kind of cool. I did the title. Um, Let me see if I can bring it up. Yeah, I actually did the title of this one for you. I did it Chew the Fat Spouse Edition with TPR and Bryce Herman because I thought it was just kind
right.
of, because I mean, the thing is like you even said, you're not really out there that much. So they probably know through Kat, like, well,
Yeah.
okay, this is who Bryce is. He's Kat's husband. So,
Yeah. I try to watch my what I do online and stuff like that, just because
right.
company I work for, and you know.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're working, you got to be careful of that. Like, definitely. I mean, I think a lot of companies you have to be careful, like,
Oh yeah,
but,
sure.
but like I did a video from work showing my environment of all the candy and everything. But I did everything to make sure that I did my best and nothing was said to me or anything like that. I never got in trouble for it. But I did my absolute best to make sure that the logos were nowhere to be found. Like it was just if you did see a logo, it was like very quick. So
Yeah.
um, but basically it's any convenience store. It has nothing to do with, like 7-Eleven, and any of them are going to be mostly like the first they have it right at the counter, right there, candy. So if you're working at night and you're working at the register, that's all you see is candy. Like
Temptation.
gobs and gobs of candy. And and the thing is I remember when I was a kid, there was candy, yes, but they've grown so much on the choices that it's become so much easier for like I used to do midnight shift and I would get a kid that's like 10 years old come in at 10 o'clock like when I first came into work come in at 10 o'clock p.m. and he'd be like 11 years old and he would buy you know he'd buy all his food and he would just get he'd take his parents credit card and pay for it you know and I mean or he had his own credit card that his parents issued him but either way this is what he did, you know,
Yeah.
and him or her, and they buy all this junk, and it's just so readily. Like I would rather have my cake because it was made by my grandma, and have cake that way, where it's every once in a while, it's for your birthday or something like that, and not have to not go to the store and be able to buy it 24/7 all the time and just load up on all the sugars. It's just they make it so easy for kids and so easy for adults too. It's just you know. So Ivy said to Kat that she subscribed to. I'm guessing she's talking about Kat's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me see. See, I can do magic and actually go into another tab and pull up while we're talking. All right. So let me look for your channel, Bryce. Just kidding.
Some Black
There
Ops
we
stuff.
are. And 'cause at least we can give Kat some business, right?
Yeah.
And there we go. So I think Kat said that she does more of her Instagram though, if I remembered correctly.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of fence building, huh?
No, no, that's what we're in the middle of right now. So we fight daylight is what we fight. But yeah, we're setting. It's about linear footage wise. The totals side of our property is about 660 feet. So it's 66 poles that you have to set, and so we've set. I think we're at 10 poles right now, and we've still got probably about another 14 to go. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, we're trying to get our mama cows home. So part of that is getting it fully fenced. So trying to do as much as possible to save money. So yeah.
So Ivy is asking what your channel is. So Ivy, Bryce does not have a channel. So you could just say it's Bryce does not have a channel.com. And Sandy says that she's already subscribed to Kat. Um, QQQ Rice's channel. Who I don't know who Rice is. Oh, did you? Oh, I get what happened. She probably thought that I wasn't answering, but then I ended up answering it. So she probably typed as I was answering the question. Like all you did was put a QQQ in front of one I already asked. I already answered. Um, yeah, because she just said like, "Oh, LOL." That's funny. So, did you actually see the interview I did with Kat, or
Pretty
no?
sure I have.
Like,
I'm
sure, I have. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah, to be honest, I mean it's like right now I'm between the home projects and then my work, I've got a big project coming up that's part of I'm going to call it one of our customers, a customer base product line. it's a big deal. And so we're going through and rebuilding those lines.
Okay.
The tube mills, and so it consumes a lot of my mental capacity. Um, I pretty much think about it because we're kind of trying to do something different this time. So this CAD software I use, it's SolidWorks, so it's 3D. So all the stuff that we design our own equipment in house because we can't find it out in the market, and so we design and build. But then I'm building a layout and trying to build it to where we can pre-build everything ahead of time, including all our piping, uh, our electrical wire pulls, getting all the wires pre-cut, bundled. So when we shut the line down, they can just start running, and they know the location where to run them, and just be able to execute, not have to do any measuring.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I would not. I'd be so bad at that. Like I could do stuff. I've done stuff before. I built a bird cage once, but that's about it.
yeah, yeah,
And it was still crooked, even after the measuring twice and cutting once, so to speak.
we
The
built.
cat thinks she needs to make more content. So
Yeah,
I don't know, cat.
we're kind of busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like tonight we gotta go and put 2 round bells in for the mama cows.
Yeah,
So
actually, Erin makes a good suggestion. She says set up a camera at the cows, and your channel will blow up.
yeah,
She's probably right, you know. And we just got joined in by Ricky Lee. Hey, Ricky Lee, how you doing? So we've had a few people in here, um, just to name a few. So you have attracted quite a bit of people. Of course, we know Juliet was here. Booby Goats Aaron has been here. George and Lainey Goodenough have both been here. Josephine's been here. I don't know if you know who any of these people are, but they've been here just to watch you. So Sandy Blythe. Um, and we just got Ricky Lee. He just joined. And Danny in Boston, she joined. She's very nice. And that's all I really see. Oh, and Ivy, the one that asked about your channel and then asked it again in a QQ. So let me go back to see if there's any more questions. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many questions. Oh, somebody, Jamette, she's another person too, said that you and Kat, yeah, you're Bryce, so you can't be you. You and Kat are a cute couple. So, and I see the dog agrees.
oh yeah, that'd be our 13-year-old dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, the dog I'm taking care of is only 7 months.
yeah, we've got one that's under a year old. He's a terror. This morning was it yesterday morning? Tore got cat's pillow out and tore it to shreds.
Now, no, wait, my hearing's a little. Did you say terrier or terror?
Terror. He tore up her pillow. And what's funny is he'll pull the cover off.
He's both.
He's
He's a
mad.
terror and he's a terrier. All right. So Ivy is asking, where are you and your cows located?
Yeah, cat response. We're in Tulsa area,
Okay.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Probably here St. Bernard now.
Oh God, that's a 15-year-old.
No, he's probably. I think he's 7 or 8.
How
So
many dogs do you have?
we have 3. So we have the
Okay.
new puppy, and because we lost our Australian collie, we lost her back in
Oh,
March.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she had a good run. She, for her size, the dog, she was 13 when she passed away.
Um,
So yeah,
yeah, they're pretty big if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah. So
okay, so you already asked that question. Lizzie just joined in with a. I
oh
don't
yeah,
know what the I represents, but welcome, Lizzie, as always. Like, I don't know if she's just pretending to be a pirate and saying I.
yeah. We actually got two of our mama cows from Mounds. I see Ivy.
Okay. I'm sorry if I'm very bad with questions. I kind of like roll off I kind of roll off the stories and I kind of roll off the community chat. So and then every once in a while a question will pop up in my head. It's like, oh, I just came up with one.
The whole light bulb goes off every once in a
Yeah,
while.
it's like ding 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 ding, which is really amazing for me. So it was great having you on the show. I do appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Thanks
It's
for having me.
it's great to know how much you're helping to support your wife's journey and making it into your own journey. And you know, and what? Actually, I do have one more question. I don't know if it was answered or not, but what is the biggest thing that you found that because you referred it to me, but what's the biggest thing that you found you found that you're like happy about because of carnivore? Like,
And I would say arthritis type in the hands,
okay, I was going to say that, but
that and muscle gain has been crazy compared to just the regular diet and drinking protein shakes. That going on the higher protein diet, the I can definitely tell a massive difference.
now, do you find results are better when it's like ruminant meat animals over, or do you think any kind of meat, any kind of carnivore, you feel
I
results?
I would say probably your red meats.
Yeah, I find myself feeling better too. Like when I have and unfortunately with prices of beef and everything now, I kind of have to like incorporate the chickens and stuff. But
Yeah, that's the whole instance why we
I
got
mean, my
cows.
meals usually were just burgers or steaks, and occasionally I'd have lamb, and very, very occasionally I might have like a chicken quarter or something like that. But I rarely had anything else. Well, I had bacon, so I guess that would be technically pork, but just rarely anything else. But I always felt better when I would have a steak, you know, and so I just don't know if that's if you had that same occurrence, I guess you could say, you know. So again, it was great seeing you. Everybody, thank you for coming on the show. All right, chewing the fat. I am going to try to do a live tomorrow. All right, I didn't do one today because of two reasons. Because one, I had a live coming up with Bryce, so I didn't really need to, and it's my channel, and I can do whatever I want. And
Yeah, one question.
the other reason was because there was a few other people having lives. He's not. I don't see him here right now, but Rick had a live today, as he always does every Saturday. I think um, Justin had a live today, so there's a few people that had lives today. So I think there's a couple of people going to be having lives after we're done here. So you know, so I have to be fair.
Oh, cool.
Even if they don't pay me to be fair, I have to be fair to my fellow riblets and my fellow friends.
Yeah.
So we're going to end it here,
All right. Sounds good.
and so just stay on for a couple seconds, Bryce, and So live, love, and heal. And for God's you got one more question. Now
Uh,
they ask the questions.
is there?
Bryce, what music you like as Blake Shelton and country artists live there?
Oh, we've gotten to where we pretty much listen to Christian music. So yeah.
Right. So that being said, I think Bryce would agree with me. I think Kat would agree with me, and so many others. Eat the meat.